It's been a while since I've checked on the Steam Deck, and there's a lot we missed. So on this hauled episode, I'm going to show you our 5 latest upgrades. Why do I say it so low? Upgrades. Gosh. The original Steam Deck is still awesome, but it's in dire need of a glow-up.
I just recently learned this term.
And to help with that, this is Dbrand's limited edition Touch Grass Skin, which, as the name implies, feels like, well, turf. It was available for multiple devices and sold out at launch, but it had this amazing OG Windows-style campaign that I loved. Dbrand just knocks it out with marketing. Sometimes. I clearly went with the Steam Deck version, which is just made up of these 2 pieces. But they do also include a lonely T-Rex, which is adorable. To install it, Dbrand has detailed videos to help you out with the whole thing, but I'm a simple man. I just peel, stick, and hope for the best. Luckily, it worked out, and looking back, maybe I should have been a bit more careful considering how rare this thing is now. Anyways, once it's on, it actually doesn't look that odd. I like the green, I think it looks great, and I just love tactile sensory stuff. The grass is made of these hard-to-pronounce tiny polyethylene fibers that feel abrasive but soft and very satisfying. Apparently, each square centimeter has about 1,000 strands, and they do mention that they'll flake off, which they did. Hopefully that stops because I don't want these in my buttons and speakers. But yeah, much better, and this now gives me something to do during those long load screens, and more importantly, it's one less reason to go outside. You know, sometimes the stars just align and a brand reaches out wanting to sponsor an episode to share something new, and it just happens to line up perfectly with this list. That's the case with UGREEN and their new 9-in-1 Steam Deck dock. One thing you don't want your dock to do is block the deck's vents. But this one by UGREEN has an adjustable stand with foldable panels that keeps airflow open to keep your deck cool while it's docked. It's also really well made. The hinges are sturdy but smooth, and it's made of aluminum, which feels so darn fancy and a little cold. And it folds down to this compact shape so you can easily take it on the go. Now, if you like ports, you're gonna love this thing. On the back, we've got 2 USB-C ports, one for power and the other for the Steam Deck or other source device. Then we have HDMI out, 1 gig Ethernet, followed by USB-A and USB-C ports. Off the side, we have 2 USB ports for a mouse and keyboard. And finally, we've got 2 slots for SD and micro SD cards. The stand is wide enough for the Steam Deck to fit with a case attached, and it's lined with an anti-slip silicone to both protect and keep the console in place. Same for the stand on the back, which lets you angle it however you want. To connect it, it comes with a high-speed USB-C cable with an angled end for the deck, and then you can plug in your keyboard, mouse, external storage, Ethernet, whatever you want to upgrade your Steam Deck. On here, it can charge with up to 100 watts of power, which is more than enough for the deck, which caps out at 45. The 10 gig transfer speeds make downloading games or transferring files incredibly fast, and it can output up to 4K at 60 Hz, but that of course heavily depends on your game. So far, performance has been rock solid. No random disconnects, no flickers, just a reliable signal every time. And remember, it's not just for the deck. You can also use it with phones, tablets, laptops, and other compatible devices as your own portable workstation. So if you're looking to upgrade your deck dock situation and want to pick one up, they were awesome enough to hook you guys up with a 33% discount. So for all those details and more, check the description below. And thanks to UGREEN for sponsoring this episode. And remember that supporting them helps support us. This is Genki's SavePoint, and it's one of the best upgrades I've made to my Steam Deck. It's an aluminum enclosure that houses a tiny M.2 2230 NVMe SSD. You can get it in a few colors and either preloaded with up to 2 terabytes or get the empty shell and add your own drive. Inside, we've got all those guts, which include things like a tiny capacitor to protect your files in case the power cuts out mid-transfer, very handy. And it also has thermal pads for the built-in heatsink, which is actually that part on the front, so make sure not to touch it because these tiny SSDs get very hot. It also comes with an adhesive ring so you can attach it magnetically with MagSafe, but I went with a mechanism mount instead to give it a bit more breathing room. Now, it connects to our single USB-C port, but they did think it out and gave us another very useful USB-C port that supports 100-watt pass-through charging to keep your deck juiced up.
That sounds Weird.
The USB-C is 3.2 Gen 2, which can give you transfer speeds of up to 10 gigs per second, making it perfect for gaming, and you can also cram a lot in here with the up to 2 terabyte capacity. But my favorite part is that you can actually dual boot Windows directly off of it, which opens a floodgate of things you can do with it. My favorite being access to even more games through itch.io, Xbox Game Pass, or any other streaming service. Anyways, I absolutely love this thing, even though it gets incredibly hot. Aside from that, it's a small but versatile gadget that really levels up your deck. Handheld consoles these days just keep getting bigger, so instead of looking for a bag with a perfect fit, go for one that's future-proof with a bit more space, like this one from tomtoc. This is their Wander-T26. It's a sling bag with a 5.5 liter capacity, and it's made of thick, durable, and water-resistant 1680D Cordura ballistic nylon. You can carry it with either the strap up top, or with the shoulder strap, which is padded and has MOLLE webbing. While we're here, it connects with these Duraflex buckles that can rotate 120 degrees, which makes it very comfortable to wear. And it also has these straps off the sides that you can tighten to give it a thinner profile. It's got 3 main compartments. First, on the back, we have a thin one for your passport, phone, or other secrets. And I freaking love this interior. This is like the most incredible blue I've ever seen. On the front, we have a larger compartment with 2 interior pockets and a lanyard keychain. And then we have a huge main compartment. Towards the back, we have a thin slot for something like a tablet or keyboard, but it's also elastic so you can fit something thicker like the Switch 2. And in front of it, we have 2 more mesh pockets. Onto the other side, behind the zipper, we have another elastic pocket for smaller things that you don't want to be loose in here. Finally, in the middle, we have way more than enough space for the Steam Deck, even with something like the big old bulky Satisfye StylthGrip. So if you're looking for a high quality, future-proof bag to carry your Steam Deck or just about any other handheld along with a few accessories, tomtoc's Wander-T26 is one of the best you can get. Highly recommend. One thing that's been on my Steam Deck wishlist for a while now is a portable monitor. But I wanted a few specific things that I finally found with UPERFECT's UTouch G16.
That sounds, questionable.
First thing, it has a black aluminum build and it's really thin at just 8.8 millimeters. The screen is a 15.6-inch IPS panel that's 1080p and runs at 120 Hz. Now it has 250 nits of brightness along with a 1200:1 contrast ratio, so spec-wise it's not groundbreaking, but once you adjust it, picture quality is beautiful with vivid colors, sharp contrast, and that high frame rate gives it that really silky smooth effect that looks awesome. It's powered via USB-C and it connects with another as well as a mini HDMI port, along with speakers on both sides towards the top. They even throw in a magnetic cover to protect it, and it can also fold into a stand. Finally, we have my 2 favorite features. First, it's a 10-point capacitive touchscreen so you can use gestures or tap through menus, and it's really fun with games that have a large UI. And second, it's got a 10,800 milliamp battery that lasts about 3 to 4 hours, which makes it perfect to travel with since you can use it without having to look for an outlet. All that gives it this great balance of features along with a budget price tag, which makes it just about perfect. UPERFECT. So those are the latest 5, and we're going to check out a lot more. But I'd love to know what you think of these down in the comments. Let's talk. Also, if you're looking to pick up anything we featured and want to support us at the same time, please check out the affiliate links in the description below. It's been a crazy year. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, but I hope you're doing well. Thanks for sticking around. This is Sergio AM. I'll see you for the next box. If you like this video and want to help us out, click that thumbs up button and leave a comment below so we can talk. Now, if you want to go further, subscribe and ding the bell to stay notified whenever we post a new video. You made it to the end, and I just want you to know that you are the reason we do what we do. This is Sergio AM, and I'll see you for the next box.